whatever it takes. I know I can make it through. A Degrassi podcast with Kelsey and Holland too. I know I can make it through.
Hi, and welcome to Whatever It Takes, a podcast about Degrassi, the Next Generation. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Holland, and today we're talking about Season 12, Episodes 9 and 10, Closer to Free. And Kelsey, will you please read us the YouTube summary?
Sure, it is 2 sentences. Jenna bonds with Becky, and Becky's hot brother, Luke. Is it a problem that Jenna's not Christian? That's it. That's the whole thing.
I mean, yeah, sure. That, it doesn't mention anything else that happens, but whatever. All right, the episode is called Closer to Free, which is a 1993 song by a band called Bodines. I've never heard of Bodines or this song. We just listened to it. It's an extremely, 90s alt rock song. It's just, generic 90s alt rock.
It sounds like Hootie and the Blowfish, R.E.M., a little bit of the song Closer to Fine.
Yeah. But I guess it works for Drew because he's closer to being free from school.
I low-key forgot Drew was in this episode and watched it last night.
I watched it this morning. That's the only reason why I remember anything that happened in this episode. It doesn't really work for, I guess, Claire is closer to being free of her hang-up, so I don't know.
Jenna's being closer to free of,
free of
sins.
Uncertainty.
Former sins.
Sure, whatever.
Why not?
But the episode starts with fucking Jenna singing.
I still hate when she sings. I like Jenna so much more, and I just, every time she sings, I just want to.
And it's pretty much it's like a stream of consciousness song. She's like, Jake doesn't hear me because I'm not a tomato. Claire and Allie, where the heck did they go? I wrote those down. And then fucking Becky Baker comes in and starts singing and harmonizing with her.
Yep, hated that.
And then she's like, hi, I'm Becky. Want to come to I'm having some people over after school. I'm like, okay, so she's inviting her to a youth group thing and not telling her about it, but okay.
Yep. She also says when God closes a door, he opens a window, which had nothing to do with what they were talking about.
Yeah. It was weird. And then Jenna starts, face range stalking her. And Allie is like, oh, I don't know. She's like, what do you know about her? And Allie's like, I don't know. She
gave Dave a pamphlet.
She gave Dave a weird pamphlet. I'm like, Allie, you should know how weird and awful she is because she was weird and awful about the play that your boyfriend is in. But okay, whatever.
But then she says something funny because Jenna's like, she wants me to come over, and Allie's like, maybe she wants to give you a pamphlet.
Yeah. And then we're with Drew,
who's not allowed to play in gym, and he's very upset about it.
Play sports because duh, and he has to do a health assignment, and Fiona also has to do a health assignment because she pretended that she was on her period so she could look for a new roommate, but then she got this assignment, and they're like, let's work together.
Pretty much. Also, she says, act gross and tell Bianca, because he is, hitting on her.
Yeah, he's being weird. And then we're with Claire at her journalism internship, and fucking Asher, her boss, is being, nosy, and he's like, if you want to be a journalist, your byline is your lifeline. And it's basically saying, you should you should do everything you do with purpose because it reflects on you and how you present yourself to the world. And he's
giving her notes, but I'm like, how does this editor have this much time to give detailed notes to an intern?
Like an intern, yeah. Do we want to do fashion police? Yeah. I did not have a lot. Becky's wearing a plaid jumper dress thing.
I kind of liked it. Jenna's looking good in general, especially during the baptism thing.
Yeah.
She's pulling that off. This is not
She wears an open back t-shirt thing.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I totally interrupted you.
It's okay. This is less fashion and more, I don't understand the Lucas Hot thing because I think his head shape is weird.
No. But yeah, her baptism dress is cute. I like her leather jacket with the sheepskin lapels.
I also like her t-shirt jeans situation. at one point. It's like very basic, but it's good.
One point, Claire's wearing a purple blazer. And I like Jenna's, like, camel coat that she wears, like, at the end.
Eli's wearing a Brooklyn shirt,
Yeah.
which was a choice. And also at one point, Bianca's wearing this, like, multicolor outfit. Like, she's wearing that multicolor jacket that she has that's very of a time. And she's wearing, like, pink shorts and a blue shirt. And it's very, like...
A lot.
So much. So much is happening.
I don't have anything else.
Me neither.
But then we're at Becky's house, and then this is when Jenna learns that it's a youth group. And she's like, oh, I didn't tell you. Sing for us, please. And it's weird.
It's weird. Because it's like, she's not really inviting her to come hang out, but she's inviting her to come be entertainment for her youth group.
Yeah.
Which I feel like she should have been clearer about.
Yeah. But then we're with Drew and Bianca, and they're, like, making out, and then they get caught by Drew's mom. But I still love that Bianca and Audra are, like, pals, and Drew's mom is helping her, like, with her college applications and stuff.
I love that.
Like, I think she's paying for them, which is really nice.
Yeah. It's just very cool.
And then Drew's being a big baby about, like, I have to do this health assignment. And then Bianca's like, oh, no, do you have a headache? Like, take a nap and it'll be done when you're awake. I'm like, stop. Don't do his homework for him. He's being a baby.
He is being a baby.
But then we're with Claire and Connor and Adam, and they have to do a geography project, and Claire's being way too try hard and is, like, applying all these, like, Asher comments to it. It's like, it's a high school geography assignment. Like, calm the fuck down.
Exactly.
This is for school, it's not being published anywhere.
Yeah. Claire is overdoing it as per usual.
And then Connor and Adam are like, we don't need to do that. Let's just do what we're supposed to do and get an A and we'll be good. And she's like, you don't understand. I'll just do it myself. And it's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then we're back at the youth group, and Jenna, after Jenna's done playing, she's over Becky and mad at her for, like, lying to her. And she's like, I didn't lie. I just didn't say what it was.
Yeah, she says, I didn't lie. Lying's a sin.
Yeah.
But I feel a little bad for Becky.
Yeah. I mean, Jenna is clearly, like, putting up a wall because is being awful or being kind of mean and cagey before Becky can be judgy about her because she thinks because Jenna's insecure about, like, her past.
Yeah.
Which I think is what is happening, because she's assuming, like, oh, you're Christian and judgy. You're going to judge me because I had a baby out of wedlock and la la la. Like, I'm just going to get ahead of this and
which
just
I get.
Not accept this, which is understandable.
But as much as I, like, don't
But Becky technically hasn't done anything wrong yet.
No. I mean, I disagree with her viewpoints on basically everything.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Becky hasn't actually done anything wrong.
Yeah.
She's
in the Jenna situation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even in the...
She
play.
She said some shitty things.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. She said things, but she did
just, like, remove herself from the situation rather than trying to, like, force her ideas.
Yeah,
on
she wasn't like,
she's just like, I can't be a part of this.
She wasn't like, who was that youth group guy that was terrible and anti-gay?
Oh, Linus. God, remember Friendship Club? Friendship Circle? Friendship Club?
It was Friendship Club. I will never forget Friendship Club. But also, like, remember Linus from
Linus,
Friendship Club?
like, had, like, an anti-gay agenda.
Yeah. Whereas, the thing with... while I disagree with her, she's uncomfortable with the situation, which is not cool. But instead of being, like, an outright dick about it, she does just remove herself from it.
That's true.
Which, like, you can't force... Even though their viewpoint is wrong, can't force someone to change their mind necessarily. I feel like the most you can hope for with someone who disagrees with your viewpoint is that they will just
tolerance.
Like quietly remove themselves without, like, being an issue.
Yeah.
So I really, like, as much as like every part of me wants to hate Becky Baker, like, intellectually I cannot, because I'm like, she has not done anything technically wrong.
But Jenna bounces because she's like, I don't want to be a part of this. And then we're with her and Allie, and she's like, you didn't tell me that she was Christian. And then Allie's like, wait, is your problem that she's Christian or that she lied to you? Like, what's going on? But then, it's like the next day in class, and then Jenna like they're pairing up for projects and Allie already like ditched her. So she has to get paired up with Becky and her brother, Luke. And then we're with Drew. We're back in gym class and Drew like forgot his homework and Fiona's like, what the fuck, dude? Like at some point you're going to have to stop blaming your blaming everything on your concussion and get your life in order, which is fair.
Yeah.
And then we are back in class with Becky and Luke. And we learned that Becky and Luke are in the same grade, even though they're 11 months apart, which I think is really weird. Like,
yeah.
Why wouldn't they still just be, like, a grade apart?
I don't know.
I don't understand that.
I never understood how that, like, cusp thing worked. Because I had, like, one of my very close friends is born on August 15th and was in our grade. And then one of my other close friends was born on August 22nd, but a year later, and was also in our grade. So I, like, don't understand how any of that cutoff shit works.
I think it just depends on, like, the parents. It depends on, like, when you decide to start your kid in kindergarten and whether they're ready or not. Because, like, my sister has an October birthday, but she's young for her grade. And, like, so she, like, graduated at 17. But then I feel like they usually start guys later. Because I also had a friend in my grade whose birthday was in October as well, but he was, like, I mean, he was still 18 when he graduated, but he, like, turned 18 before everybody, like, senior year or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Anyway, I guess that situation happened. Like, he started later, but she started early. I don't know. It's weird. But then, what is happening? They're doing project. We find out they're in the same grade, which is weird. And Jenna's kind of trying to scare Becky away with her past, and she's like, you know, I had a baby and la 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 la. But Becky's like, I don't judge you for that. I don't care about that. Like, your past is in your past. Like, whatever.
Yeah, which is pretty nice of her.
Yeah. And then, okay, then we're back at the internship with Claire, and it's not just me that this Asher person is, like, way too, like, close and touchy-feely with Claire, right? It's fucking weird and creepy.
I was like, is something going to happen here? Like,
yeah.
This is feeling like a real Me Too moment.
He's, like, leaning over her and, like, looking at her work, and, like, he needs more personal space. It's not, I don't like it.
Seconded.
And then Claire's like, he's like, can you teach me how to, like, make something trend on Twitter?
Which, like, that's not a thing that you can just force to happen.
Yeah. It's,
Unless you're, like, a famous person and you already have, like, that kind of following. But if he's like, I don't really use social media, I'm like, then you're not going to make anything trend on Twitter.
And then we see that, like, people are tweeting, like, hashtag things like things Claire says or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. And she's like closes the laptop real quick. She's like, oh no, my image.
Yeah.
And then we're with Drew, who is still hanging out with the phone kiosk guy at the mall, apparently.
Yeah. They're like friends. I don't know.
And he like helps a customer at the kiosk because like the guy is not being helpful. And I'm like, all right, I guess this is how we learn that Drew is good at customer service. And then the guy's like trying to convince him like, oh yeah, this job is awesome. Like, you've got people smarts and a smile that makes the ladies melt. Like, you would be perfect for this job. And it's like putting ideas in Drew's head.
Yeah. I just don't care about this.
I don't care about this at all either.
I just can't bring myself to give a shit.
And then we're with Claire and Connor. And Claire's like, oh my God, how could you put that on Twitter? And Connor's like, because you're being terrible.
Yeah. Oh, also, I just realized I wrote it down. It's stuff Claire says.
Right. Stuff Claire says. And
she says something about his Asperger's. And he's like, do you hear yourself?
And she's like, don't overreact. And I'm like, I think you're the one who's overreacting, Claire.
Seriously. And he like,
yeah,
storms
she's like,
out.
I don't want to lose my internship because you have Asperger's. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and this is when he's like, do you hear yourself?
Yeah.
And he storms out.
It's ridiculous. And then also, remember when they said Asperger's? Is that a thing that they said?
That is a thing that they said. I'm glad that they stopped. Also, not a thing anymore. Now it's just you're on the spectrum.
You're on the, it's ASD, Autism Spectrum Disorder, I think is what it is. And then we're with Becky and Luke and Jenna at the Baker house, which is, why do you guys have my last name? It's weird.